Hi, Melissa. Can you hear me? Happy to see you. I am just a little bit late getting set up. My son has pink eye, and I needed to put meds in his eyes before I came live. Poor guy. He was out of school all week except for Friday. Came home with it Monday and was out Friday. Out until Friday. We had to try 2 different kinds of medications. It was a lot. So I'm just getting set up on Facebook. Usually I go live on YouTube last, but this time YouTube was the easiest to set up. How has everybody been? How's your week been? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Take me to lift your spirit dips. Boop, boop, boop. Events. Boop. No, I want to go live the other direction, please. Yes, I want to go live that way. Okay, hopefully coming up under here, just get my camera in. All right, nope, automatically dimmed it, of course. There we go. All right, how is everybody doing? Let's see if this is correct. So I went live earlier this week, and that meant I needed my setup, so I kind of had to take it into another room, which made it a little... Now my setup's just a little bit wonky, so hopefully that's correct. And why is it so hard for YouTube to show me chat? All right. Hi, Renee. Happy to see you. Okay, so we are set up. We are on Facebook in the Lift Your Spirit Dip group. We are on YouTube. Introductions. Hello. I am Brandis, aka BDazzldNails, here, there, and everywhere. I mostly focus on dip powder. I do foray into gel, but today I am working with Lift Your Spirit Dips, so we are doing dip powder. She recently released a collection called Jilted Western. So our dip colors are a little bit sassy. We have the colors we're doing a fall themed mani, or we'll say summer fall adjacent. We have Alibi, which is kind of a rich burgundy brownish, and we have You'll Be Forgotten. So those are the 2 colors we're working with today. We will be doing them on press-on stands. Pardon me, I'm still drinking my caffeine for the day. And this is what I have currently on, which is why we're doing press-ons. This is Orally, the latest desert set. So if anybody's been interested in that, it's fabulous. I'm going to move YouTube just slightly over so that you are in line with my other camera. I feel like it's kind of the best way to make sure everybody gets what they get. They can't be in the exact same place, but we can get close. The press-on stands I use are by Liquid Layers. They are 3D printed, extremely sturdy. and built to be able to very easily file on, which is one of the reasons I love them so much. They're a very unique design, and me and others actually helped design it, which is why they're so fabulous. If I might say so myself. Let me get my gloves on. I have a tendency to use purple, if anybody hasn't noticed. I did go back to my fabulous long purple mermaid hair, and I'm very happy. It's the color Ultraviolet by Pravana, and I have a couple sections that are also the Manic Panic Ultraviolet, because it looks like Pravana is discontinuing the color, so I'm so sad. It's like once you find that perfect, vibrant color, you stick with it. And to have it discontinued is a little heartbreaking. So I'm living, I'm struggling, I'm, working with it. So I just pulled off a press-on set, so we are going to refresh the tabs. Now you can use either those cool kind of museum ovals and circles, and you can get on Temu like these. I like them. You can also use cheaper press-on tabs. Like, it depends on what's gonna cost you the most, I say. So I always recommend save money where you can. I don't find that the poster clay or whatever it is works for me. It's never worked for me, especially when using dip. Dip is a powder, and that clay does not like powder. So probably easier with gel nails. I probably still wouldn't recommend it for acrylic, especially if the monomer leaks. I'm not sure what it would do to the clay. You see these tabs stick fabulously. So it usually takes me a hot minute to get them off. Now my friend Brittany says if you wipe them with alcohol, you can reuse them a few times. So I've been trying that and it's worked. I don't get 3 sets out of it like she does. I get 2 sets, which is, better than nothing. So your mileage may vary, but you can spray it with alcohol and wipe them down, and that is her helpful trick. These, I think, were press-on tabs, so they are sticking really well. So it's just taking me a minute to get those off. But it's coming. You can see we also made sure that the top of the stand is extra narrow. A few of us have very tiny pinkies, like we wear the 11s in the boxes. So we made sure that an 11 would fit without having too much pointing out. So if you're smaller than an 11, you may experience that the tab, the press-on nail, kind of stays a little in the middle, and you might get some stuff on the stand itself, but it's really easy to file that off. We just tried to make sure that it wasn't too much of a problem. And if you're interested,
told something you won't believe.
No, come on. I'm trying to get to my chat. We don't need to watch a shorts. It's not funny if nobody else can see it. Where's my volume buttons? There we go. Oh, that's so cute. All right. Go to my home channel, please. Thank you. So who has started doing fall nails already? Anybody? Us brand ambassadors tend to get there a little sooner than everybody else because we're showing off collections that are coming out, and those collections obviously have to ship out to you guys in time for you to use them. But I know not everybody is there with us. But if you are, let me know. Not yet, Renee? All right. So let's see. I'm just trying to adjust my iPad over here so I can see the chat. There we go. All right. So, got our press-on stand set up. Another product I love to use from Liquid Layers is their Flexi Dip Boats. They come in 2 sizes, I believe. I think she might be working on a 3rd if it hasn't released yet. And it is sample sizes and then half-ounce sizes. And so that's great for dipped. I'm not sure how it stands up to monomer, but they're great with dip. So. And they're great for glitter because you can wipe that glitter right out without any problems. Just take a little makeup brush, give it a good swipe. Unless you've somehow managed to glue the glitter down like I have, it'll usually come right out. Very easy to clean, which is what I love. Here's my clear. So I keep a glitter clear going. You're rocking flower power nails. Well, you must message me a picture of your nails, Melissa. I want to see. Okay. Again, I'm at BDazzldNails, BDazzldNails on Instagram, if you aren't following me there. And I am always happy to receive a message. If you have questions, if you just want to show a mani off, let me know. I'm happy to hear from anybody, and I'm happy to help. So I'm just using the museum tabs because they're here and they're super easy to put on. Press-on tabs, you know, you have to take the little thingy off and get the little extra. It's just a tiny bit more work. But they may be cheaper, so. Awesome, Melissa. I can't wait to see. So I was going for kind of an Aztec vibe with my Orly set. My husband said it seemed like a marketing proposal. He said that like as if I were offering logo designs or something. He said that's what they reminded him of. And I said, oh, I was going for an Aztec design. He's like, yeah, no, I can see that too. I'm like, okay, I hope so. Men see such different things in our nails. So I never know. All right. So I just put the museum tabs on. I fold them over a little bit. Pardon the cat hair. Then these tabs are really easy to take off. Like once you have it folded over, the white tabs just come, the backing just comes right off. Which is not quite the same with the press-on tabs. So that's why I didn't want to fuss. I didn't want to fuss with it today. Ah. My iPad is being finicky today. So the tips we are using today are by Gaoy. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I get it off of Amazon. These are the short almonds. I like them because they're kind of a natural look. They're not quite as pointy as like the fox pointy nails, which apparently a lot of people really hate. Like those are apparently really polarizing amongst people. The little teeny tiny short stabbies. All right. Hi, Laura. Hi, Cassandra. Hopefully you guys are still here. I just popped over into Facebook, trying to figure out our setup. My desk is a little messy right now. It's my plan for this weekend to get that scene too. I'm drowning in my to-do list right now. So I apologize for the lack of clean decor. All right. Oh, I just lost a nail. I think it's the size I wear. All right, so normally I size them over my gloves, but since I have a set on right now, I'm gonna have to go off of memory, which is fine. Usually an 8 is my index. A 7 is my ring finger. A 5 is my middle finger. And then I go down to a 10.5 for my pinky. So on these I have a 10.5. If I don't, because I have rubber base on my natural nails to keep them growing and not damaged. When I'm pulling tabs on and off, because sometimes those press-on tabs, they can lift and cause a little bit of damage to your nails. So I've been wearing rubber base to keep them safe. Let me make sure. I wish I had the ability to show you guys graphics while I'm live, because I want to show you guys the collection, the full collection that we're working with. But I can't do that. I don't know if other people can. Like, Facebook seems to be changing the rules for stuff. I know on YouTube you can use a program called StreamYard, but I think I have to have it through my computer, and then I'm not sure how that works with trying to do a top-down view. So right now we are just sticking with our iPhone and our iPad. But if Cass wants to link the announcement post in our chat, she can. And then you can pop out and take a look if you haven't seen it already. Okay, I just do my best to center them on the stand. And then I always look at them the way I'm gonna wear them. So we gotta adjust a little bit. So we gotta move our thumb over there. That's our middle finger. That's our index. That's our ring. Okay. All right. So the two colors we're using are Alibi and You'll Be Forgotten. Get that glitter out. Come on, glitter. Yeah. I was using dip base to pick up glitters the other day. Got it. All right. Yes, okay. I thought I had remembered that this had gold in it. So I pulled some golden stickers that we might use. Because I thought I remembered that's what we had with this. So it's like this beautiful kind of burgundy with like gold and copper, I want to say. Cass, feel free to correct me. Despite it being about being jilted, it is a very romantic looking collection. I think it's quite beautiful. Has a slight bit of shimmer to it. Sort of that burgundy brown. Right. Whoa. What was that? What? Oh, I somehow swapped the camera? How did I do that? Thanks. Sorry guys, that's my roof. Let's get you guys looking back down. No, not that. Yeah, my camera went rogue. What the heck? And now that I'm wearing gloves, it's like, no, I can't do that. I can't change. There we go. What the heck? That was very strange. All right. That should be better. Sorry, guys. All right. That should be better. Yes, there we go. Yay. All right. Here are the stickers I pulled so we can look at them ahead of time and think about them. These could be fun if we wanted to do like almost like a color block and like put that around like an arch of glitter or something. I don't know. But that's what I pulled. That. All right. Away we go. So my weekend isn't too busy. I'm doing a live. My son is getting his infusion tonight. Hey, Michelle. Michelle is over on YouTube. Hello, hello. So my son has a common variable immune disorder. So we do home infusions every 14 days of immunoglobulin G, which is where all of our vaccination information is stored. Actually, let me file these first. So I like to reshape these a little bit before I start dipping. So I just come down the sides, make those really nice and narrow, and thin them out a little bit. So we do that every 14 days. So that's tonight. And it works really great. My son is very rarely sick. So him getting pink eye was a little bit of a shock for us. We're still not sure if it was bacterial or viral. I'm guessing bacterial because it responded really well finally once we got an oral and topical antibiotic ointment versus the drops they had us using before. The drops weren't great. They didn't do much. But he is feeling much better now. We took him out to eat. Where's my camera? Okay. We took him out to eat. He has been having a lot of fun playing outside again. When he first got sick, he was sleeping he slept for basically 20 hours, which is why I was like, is this viral? What are we doing? My son is 9, Renee. He has Emanuel Syndrome, which is a unbalanced translocation and duplication of chromosomes 11 and 22. It's a very rare disorder. There's only about 1,000 to 1,500 kids in the world with it, and adults, but I think probably 50 is the oldest I've ever seen one of the kiddos get. In my heart, they're all kiddos. No matter how old they are, they're all kiddos. They all have really beautiful personalities. And they enjoy simple things, I would say, you know. They're all a little bit developmentally behind, but they all love music. It's a common thing with all of the kids. They all love music and textures of things. And for every kid, it's different, but they all like textured things. My kiddo likes flannel and denim, and then he likes to cuff and uncuff sleeves and pants, especially jeans. So we always say when he wants to like settle or like relax, he will pull his dad over and he'll play with his dad's jeans. So we always say, oh, it's pants time. And my husband's like, but I want to play. And he's like, I guess I'm just pants today. It's very cute. They have a beautiful relationship. He is the best husband ever. Could not do this with anyone else. So I'm just applying dip base down the center of the nail as my first. So because these are full cover nails, you generally don't have to build up too much strength. So even if you're wearing them, you don't have to build up too much strength. So you kind of want to keep your layers a little limited. You want to get enough to get a nice, beautiful application of color, but not beyond that, really, in my opinion. Whatever that's worth. So I like to do a layer down the center. So I kind of try to make it match the shape of the nail, because if it's a little thinner on the sides, A, that's a good thing. It'll keep the nail looking slim. And B, if the color's a little sheerer there, you're not going to see it. So we do a middle dip first, like that. You can see the edge. And then we'll cover the whole nail for the second. And if we have to do a third, I usually go back to staying like mostly in the center. But I can usually tell if we're gonna need a third. Everybody has different preferences in base. I like something that's a little juicier. It's kind of like if you leave your mascara open, you open your mascara and it performs better a couple days later. It's because it's dried just a little bit. And that's kind of where I'm at with, with where I like my base. Not too thin, not too thick. So we're doing a feature nail with the glitter. And then we might either do an ombre or like a glitter color block on the other nails. So I'm gonna ruminate on that while we do this. Is there any particular colors you guys are seeing that you're really like excited about for fall right now? I have suddenly been on a huge green kick. And I would even say like green and like navy blue, which is not my typical colors. And then of course I'm always drawn to neon green for Halloween and purples, because you know, purple hair, don't care. And I think neon green looks great with purple hair. So just my personal opinion. Hi, Kirsten. Sorry I missed you. Hi, Amanda. Hope you're still here. I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between YouTube and Facebook chat. I used to be able to have it up at the same time, but my iPad decided it doesn't do that anymore, which is very strange. Very unappreciated. It's like, you think you have your setup figured out, and then things start getting weird. Well, I'll figure that out later. And so Kieran's back in school, so that's another exciting thing. Life tends to get a little bit more normal and slowed down. Oh, you don't have any sound? You can't hear me? Oh no. Or can everybody else hear me and you're just not listening with sound? That's fine too. I appreciate you being here if that's the case. So yes, Kieran's back in school, which is where he caught the pink eye, of course. Of course. He went back to school Thursday and he had pink eye by Monday. Okay, cool. Thank you, Cass. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, so, oh, you can't see them. Okay, here. It's always hard. All right. I am using You'll Be Forgotten and Alibi. Let me see if I can get those on screen. So hard managing millions of cameras. Okay. Thank you, Kirsten. Love you. Very excited to do some kind of matchy match with you. All right. So I'm over here using my bottle holder. You guys just see me going off screen. It's like the way I'm set up, I've got this like literally like 6x6 space that's on camera. So it's very tight. I'm using my Liquid Layers bottle holder. I'm wiping off as I can. And we've got our Flexi Dip boats, which are both great for dipping press-ons and doing swatches, because it's got this little opening for the swatches. Looks like I missed the edge. So we're gonna come in here. See if we can even that out just a little bit. Right, Amanda? Amazing. They're the best. And they stack so nicely. So yes, I don't think, what else do we have? Oh, my husband's doing a podcast tomorrow. So that's exciting. Kieran's special needs soccer is having our first team meeting on Zoom tomorrow night. Yay. We're very excited. We have our shin guards. We have our ball. Still need to pick up a practice net for him. But we're going to be playing soccer with him, and then he'll be doing soccer. I think most of the games are going to be Saturday mornings. So I'm just going to kind of, we may be moving to Saturday evenings for any makeups that I have to do. I was going to go live yesterday, but I was supposed to have extractions yesterday. And then they moved my extractions to Tuesday, which my face is not happy about. It has been a little bit of an adventure over here, trying to get pain-free. Thursday night, I was up till 5 a.m. I was not a happy camper. And then my friend Amber told me when she had a bad, like a crown had come loose or something, and she had really bad tooth pain, she said she was so desperate that she swished with whiskey. She was like, try it, it works. It like made her numb for like about an hour. And you know what? Well, I'm not a straight alcohol drinker. I love cocktails. It's generally why this live is called Sassy Sips and Dips. It's because normally it's on a Friday and I have some kind of bevy. Sometimes as simple as just soda water and gin, or soda water and whiskey. But all I had was my good whiskey, which is a Japanese whiskey. It's very mild in like overall flavor. It's still a whiskey, right? It's still a whiskey. There is no getting away from that. But it worked. It numbed me up for a little over an hour. I was able to fall asleep. That's all I needed. I just needed to be numb enough to fall asleep. All right, so that is what the base of this glitter looks like. You've got a lot of gold, some tiny burgundy, even maybe some silver. Hard to tell. Like my lighting isn't the best, even though I've purchased like 12 lights and they're all here. Still, sometimes it's a little hard in this room. I'm not sure why. But we're gonna go in for one spot. I'm just gonna like dab the base kind of where I see it's a little empty, and then I'm just gonna go in and flat lay one more time. I'm gonna give our little boat a little shimmy. I'm gonna kind of aim to pick up some of those foils, I think. At least where I think I see them. Where are those foils? Maybe. We'll see. They might just be glitters covered in dip. Boop. Okay. Here we go. I should have moved the solid out of the way. All right, so I'm just giving those a little press down because I'm wearing gloves. Don't do this if you're not wearing gloves. Grab one of those finger cots when you're working with glitters. It's a lifesaver because you can do nice little press downs. You can kind of shape it. It is something to get used to, Kirsten. Your hands move a little bit different. So yeah, so I'm kind of on the fence. But I've been having an eczema flare, so I decided to try to keep my hands happy. My hands are my job. I gotta keep them happy. All right, so that is a beautiful glitter. Give it a shake. So now is the time for me to figure out what I'm doing with the rest of the nails. So we're gonna give the solid nails a little brush off. And then that'll show us the opacity of our solid. Hi, Tara, I didn't see you. That is a great idea, Michelle. You're right. The little notch is a great place for your ombre brush. That's perfect. You are correct. So smart. Yes, I brought my ombre brush just in case. All right. So I think I want to do one more layer of our solid. Cass makes very beautiful fine dips, so sometimes you do need to go in for that third coat, and that's okay. It's still beautiful. We just keep that in mind. And I'm just going very lightly in because I don't want to get too much. Just enough on those sides, really. Should we do the stickers on the pinky and the thumb? What do we think, guys? Should we do glitters on any of the solids, or should we just do the stickers? Let me know. Drive this boat. Tell me where to go, guys. Yeah, Tara, how was the beach? Sorry, sweetie. It's always hard to say goodbye. Tara's mom was visiting and she just flew back. So she's a little sad, I'm sure. I see a rogue glitter, so I'm just going in here. Oh, hey, look, it's the swatch for You'll Be Forgotten. There we go. Goodbye. Get out of here. Get out of here. We don't need you. Okay. Again. So you can kind of see the sheerness is just at that edge. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. We'll just go with a thin application of base. For anybody new to our lives, Michelle and Tara and Laura are besties. They're my besties. Tara bought me this beautiful no-goo bracelet. It's got like a galaxy mermaid shimmer. It's fabulous to have nail besties. And they are mine. Kirsten too. She's over on Facebook. All right, so Renee would like to see an ombre. I think that'll be gorgeous. Especially this glitter is stunning. Would you like to see a ombre from the cuticle down, from the tip up, or would you like to see a vertical ombre? And then we can do art, sticker art on the other nails. Let me know. I'm going to Facebook to check and see if they have a vote. Kieran's crying, but Daddy has him. Breaks my heart, but I know Daddy has him. So I just gotta be okay with that. Sometimes you just have to let go. I know he knows what he's doing. He loves his boy and his boy loves him. So we're just gonna zen. Poor baby. Poor baby. Sometimes he wakes from these morning naps a little off balance. I'm hoping that's what this is. Hopefully he's not feeling bad again. That would make me sad. So I'm just thinning out just a little bit. activation. So you just have to be careful because the dip is at its softest right now. But because we went in with that third layer, I just want to make sure that our sides are looking good and our cuticle lines. I'm just doing the barest little sweep because we did the 3 layers to get that opacity. We don't want to take it away, but we just want to keep that shape as refined as possible. My new puppy, Shiro, who's a sheepadoodle, is a character and a half. He is so tall now. Guys, he grew so fast. He's tall enough to get to our island, our table, and our counters now. And I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. So he is bringing that naughty puppy energy. We're doing our best, but he's still not really picking up on like fetch. We get like 2 runs out of him, and then he just sort of leaves the fetched item to hang out on its own. So we're doing walkies, doing what we can. As Michelle says, a tired puppy is a well-behaved good puppy. Okay, so Renee wants vertical. Do you want vertical from, yes, Michelle, that's what I'm thinking. From the cuticle or from the tip? Oh, wait. Did you mean vertical from this nail to this half of the nail? That's what I'm asking. My brain is like, I went, wait a minute. What do I consider vertical? So vertical for me is when I do the glitter on this side of the nail and it sort of blends over, and then we can do the sticker art over here. Traditional ombre would either be the tip or the cuticle. So let me know, Renee. Let me know what you want me to do. I'm happy to do it. Do, do, do. Clean up my mess a little bit. Put my stickers over here. Have a sip of my coffee in my Eeyore mug. Open up my ombre brush. So I just get my ombre brushes currently off of Amazon. You can also find them at the dollar store and Five Below if you have one of those in your state. It's just a wet wild brush. I have to give it a little bit of a messing because I want it to be nice and spread out. Okay, Renee, thanks. Thank you, thank you. I'm thinking. Let me check something. Let me see how this fits. That's the hard thing, is that most of the nails aren't perfectly round, so it can make these like pre-shaped stickers not work quite as well unless you're going in for like a French. Oh, this one's kind of cute though. Okay, we will do a vertical on this one, and then I think we're gonna stick with these really opulent They're really pretty. I don't know. I like them a lot. So I think we'll do these. We'll do these tiny ones on the pinky. And then we will do a fancy one here. And then maybe that one there. They're super pretty. All right. Decisions, decisions, decisions. So now we're not working on those nails currently. So I'm going to move them out of the way. We're working on this nail. And the stand is perfect like this. It's perfection. Okay. So I have a little bit of a hack that I do for my vertical slash splash ombres. That's sometimes what I call it. So I will generally cover the edge pretty solidly for a dip. And then I will add base and tap. Okay. That's my little quote unquote hack. Okay. And I can see how much I picked up. If I want to move any of the pieces, which generally I do, I'm going to use one of my dotting tools. And I've got my tweezers here. And so I will typically remove some of the glitters because I don't need that many. That's not an ombre. That's not an ombre, that's a takeover. But look how pretty these are, man. They're so pretty. Cass's mixes are just so beautiful and unique. And easy to use. I've really never struggled with any of Cass's glitters. Okay, so I just kind of get rid of some, and then I just take my tool on the side. That's my rubber stickies. All right, so that's got that edge. So then now I just need to worry about tapping into that space, if that makes sense. Laura, Murphy doesn't fetch. What game does Murphy play? Laura has a golden retriever. His name is Murphy. We are praying for him. He had a little bit of a biopsy done, so we are sending loves and puppy healing vibes. I'm just going to dab on my base, like so. Kind of controlling where it's gonna go, but not stressing too much about it. Then I will take my ombre brush, and I usually like to give it a little stir because I'm really after, the first go is I'm generally after those finer glitters. So I'm like moving along the big glitters to get down into the little ones. Then I kind of tap, 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 give it a little bit of a poke. We're just really trying to get those base glitters into our brush. Then yep, I was doing a tennis ball yesterday morning, Laura, and yeah, Shiro fetched it for me one time, and then he watched it roll the next time. He was like, okay, rude. I guess if you didn't want it, could have let a puppy know. I wouldn't have wasted my time. I felt bad. I was like, no, it's a game, Shiro. He's like, whatever, I'm out. And that's when he was trying to get into my lap. So my Shiba Doodle is about 14 weeks right now, and gigantic. Like he grew so fast. Puppy stage did not stay as long as we thought it would. And he still thinks he's a little baby who can get in my lap. Because he likes to hug and he likes to be held like a baby. Like legit rocked like a baby. He's a very interesting puppy. And he also likes to try to just get in my lap. So I was sitting in our patio chair and he was trying to jump. He still doesn't reliably jump very well. Like I said, he's a character. So he kind of got half into my lap and I picked him up and scooched him the rest of the way. And he just laid down in my lap like, yep, this is where I am. I'm with my mommy. This is where I go. If I fits, I sits. I'm like, dude, you barely fits. You are not a cat. You barely fits. So I'm just trying to grab some of that foil. I didn't get any foil onto the nail. So let's give her a little stir. Not a ton of foil in here. And foil is easily broken, so you just want to kind of be gentle when you pick it up. That looks like that's a shard. I swore I saw foil in here. Cass, am I losing my mind? I swore I saw foil. Are they just cute little shards? Might just be cute little shards. I just want to make sure I get some of everything on the nail. It's what I like to try to represent. Get some of everything. I'm going to go in with a few more of those smaller glitters into the center. Okay. Yes, my ombres are a little less trust the process and a little more glitter, do what I tell you. I try. I'm not very chaotic. At least not on purpose. My brain is chaotic, which is probably why I'm so controlling over everything else. I'm like, if I can control it, I will. And it's like my brain hates anything that's off center or off balanced. So like even doing something like this where it's not a clean line kind of breaks my brain a little bit. Okay, micro shards. Thank you, Cass. I thought so. They were small enough to make me think foils, and they're so delicate and easy to use. So yeah, that makes sense. No foil, just micro shards. I'm gonna try to scoot this back into my container. Boop. That's the other nice thing about these, it makes cleanup really easy. All right. So now we're gonna move over here. Okay. Back to our full set. Look at those. So the reason I call it a splash ombre is because it looks like they do. This nail kind of splashed over to that nail, and you can take it both ways. But my pinkies are so small that I try not, I don't tend to do it on the pinky nails often, unless I'm wearing like long coffins or something. Otherwise it overwhelms the nail a little bit. All right. Now, if we wanted to, we could go crazy and put a solid over the glitter, but I really want the glitter to show off and look beautiful. So I do my stickers once I have finished off everything else. So now what I'm going to do is I would go into clear. I would clear cap all of these, activate, shape, and then we'll do our stickers. Okay, so that's the next step. So I'm going to put away, I'm going to keep the glitter out just in case I want to add anything or if I think it needs anything. But we're done with Alibi, so I'm going to put Alibi away so I don't risk getting any more glitters in there. I already see one glitter in there. I'm just going to ignore it. Glitter is beautiful, but it is dangerous. Anybody in the crafting world will let you know. And anybody in the dip world will let you know. Right next to foils and flakies. If you open a dip with a foil or a flake, don't sneeze, don't breathe, and do not be under a fan or a vent, or it will be all over your living room, or your dining room, or wherever you're doing your nails. I'm a living room girl. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. I tend to do my nails in my lap. I don't really need a table. I'm a little wild and free with where I do my nails, which my husband hates. He's like, no, we have a space for you. Go in there. But I'm like, you want to hang out with me and you want me to watch shows with you. I gotta do my nails on the couch then. Sorry, that's how it works. My bad. Sorry. Anybody else got sassy husbands like that? I was looking for my acetone. don't think it's back here. I think I ran out of my acetone back here. So I wanted to clean off my tweezers. So the nice thing about using metal tweezers is you can use acetone to soak off any dip. If you have it anyways. All right. I'm still alive, right? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. The lag on YouTube is really bad, so sorry guys. It's really hard to tell what's going on YouTube, so. All right. Oof, I hate that sound. Acrylic in the threads of something is, it's kind of my, like Achilles tendon, whatever. Yeah, Achilles tendon or whatever that would be. It's my kryptonite? I don't know. Anyways, that and styrofoam will instantly give me the shivers and the heebie-jeebies and make me slightly ill. So I have a nail brush. I have a few of these. I got them at the Five Below. At my sink for cleaning and then for brushing stuff off. Be gentle with your glitters. You don't want to brush those off too much. Okay. So this is what remains of my glitter clear. So we're just going to add a little bit more to that. I keep a glitter clear because it gets contaminated. It's one thing to know about glitters. Like I said, they go everywhere. So what I like to do to make sure my ombre nails are even is I will dip the non-glitter side into clear to get it even. Okay. Now it's even-ish. Then we go in and we dip the whole nail again. So for glitters, I really only want to do one dip if I can get away with it. So I always make sure I'm very generous with my dip base over the glitters. So I want the clear to go down in between everything. Because then you're more likely to not need an extra layer. Okay. And because the dip coats are fabulous, we just sort of rotate and I turn it in and I can do that. And you can do it with your finger this way too. Okay. And we are basically even, like, and we can press it down just a little bit. Curve the sides. And using a juicy base makes this clear capping a little bit easier because it does really get in. And you can poke it with your brush a little bit to really push that base in between your glitters. You don't want it to flood, but you want it to be really well covered. And then try to wipe your brush off. If you don't have a glitter base, you risk contamination. That's the only thing to say about glitters. You always risk contamination. So I just slowly dip it in and I let that base pick up my clear. And I go in a little bit on the sides again. Okay. So she is looking good. She's looking well covered. The sides look good. So we might get away with one layer there. Especially if we are gentle with our filing. Okay, already contaminated. This is going to be glitter clear again too. It's just the life of working with glitter. So I'm just gonna kind of dust that off. And then we're gonna go in. And so for the solids, we're just doing one thin layer to protect it while we buff and refine the shape. The more pigmented a color is, the more likely you are to see white streaks if you don't clear cap. So if you've ever buffed your nails and they turned white, it's because of the pigment and the base acrylic. It's usually a white if you're going with a very pigmented, especially a pastel. The brighter and more pigmented something is, it's more likely, I believe, that it has a white acrylic base. And then that will be what happens when you file. The white acrylic will be left and the pigment, which is the color, has been buffed away. Cass, if I'm wrong, correct me. You are the mix master. I am just a lowly person who uses them. I don't understand the science. I still don't understand why activator does what it does. I'm like, magic! It's all chemistry magic. Chemistry was not my favorite class. I only passed it with a C because my teacher liked me and I did my experiments. I always got a D or a C on my tests because I am not good with formulas. I have never been good at formulas. Advanced algebra is where I fell off as well. I am a word person. I like the arts, I like history, I like English, I like writing. I even like working with Excel, but I make Excel do the work. Like, I understand how to make things use numbers. I'm just not good at doing it myself. Okay, so that is a glitter clear now. And so I will usually keep my glitter clear. If I don't have a separate jar, I will keep it in my dip boat, and then I will stack another dip boat on top to keep it from getting like dust or anything in it. So I'm just gonna clean out the one we were using with Alibi. So now it's perfectly ready to use again. And I just set it on top like that. And then I store my clear on my desk where it's nice and safe. And then it's ready for my next glitter mani, because I tend to use glitter almost every mani. I very rarely just do a solid. I'm not seeing anybody talking in YouTube world, so I hope everybody's still hearing me. I love you all. I hope everybody's doing fabulous. DM me if you want. I'm going to be trying to clean my art room today, if my husband lets me. So we got to do stuff with the puppies too, so, you know. It's not all nails 24/7 over here. And my husband is a little like, you were sick all week. You're feeling better. We have house stuff to do. I'm like, I know, but I'm also behind on nails because I was sick. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with activating the solids first, because I have a little trick that I do. Britt kind of modified it, so I've been messing around with her trick. I like them both. So I'm very generous with my activator. They can melt the 3D printing, so just watch out for that. I discovered that when I had a little spill. That's why it's a little melty down there. Acetone and activator will have a mild effect on the 3D printing. Nope. Okay. Yeah. That's barely, looks great. Like, the glitter and the clear worked very well together. Like, I'll give them a light buff, but I know I'm putting gel top coat over this, so I don't need to worry too much. If you are using dip top coat, I do recommend doing a very thin second layer. Like, I do pour over usually if I'm doing a second layer, because it will give me just enough in the center that I can get that shape, the apex, without filing into my glitters. So sometimes I even just put clear in the center. So once the shine is a little bit off, you can use gloves and press down, or if you are not using gloves, I use cling wrap. I will take and wrap the nail with cling wrap, and then I will press the glitters down. The cling wrap gives your finger a really smooth base to really smooth over without worrying about catching. You can just really press down those glitters because you want that clear layer to be homogeneous with your glitters. It keeps the nail from widening too much, because that's the only thing I found with full cover tips, even if they're applied gel-X style, is dip can make them a little wide. And so I'm always conscious of building up the center and keeping the edges thinner. And anything you can do pre-filing saves you work. Giving my hands a little bit of a shake. Yeah, Cass, I should wear a dust mask, but I'm just so impromptu and like, oh, I'm gonna do nails now. It's a problem. It's a real problem. So yes, I'm sure if my lungs get x-rayed, I'm pretty sparkly. That's okay. It's like my personality. I have a sparkling personality. All right. So the activator is setting up. Getting happy. When it's hard is when we will buff and file. Got a new buffer to use. Happy. Okay, hi Michelle, hi Renee. I just checking. When it gets quiet, I worry something broke or my low power came up and I didn't notice, so I get disconnected. So I'm just seasoning the edges. I'm not using these on my nails, but I might. So you just always want to kind of season the edges of a buffer, of a file, so you don't cut yourself. I have given myself some pretty nasty cuts with files, so it's one of those things I highly pay attention to. I'm just taking my file, going at the sides. I tilt my file down to give a thinner to thicker shape to the edges. I want more off the outermost edge and less off the side, so you can see it curves under. So that's what I'm doing when I tilt my file like that. I do the same on the cuticle edge. When I'm on a press-on stand, I can do it like that, and then when I'm wearing the nail, I just come in and I do the same tilt, and then I just sweep it along the cuticle, being very careful not to cut myself. Okay. So I am going to do the edges of all the nails. So Michelle is a dog groomer. What kind of dog are you working on today? And is there anything special I should know about getting my sheepadoodle groomed? He finally is caught up on all of his vaccinations. He's done parvo, he's done rabies. So now he's a free puppy. I can start sending him out into the world. Mama has shaved his face a little bit to keep his eyelashes out of his face and his nose. It was getting to the point where I could not see his face. So I have a little paw trimmer that I bought. So I used that on his nose and he was much happier. A sheepadoodle is a mixture of a sheepdog and a poodle. So you have a Shih Tzu and a Yorkie right now that you're working on? That's cute. They're so cute. They're so cute. Very tiny. Very specific haircuts too. So he kind of looks like a giant sheep with really long legs right now. He's got like a cute little tail. Oh yeah, so if anybody, so I have a picture of him in my stories right now on my Instagram. Always check my stories. That's where I kind of keep like my personal life or any fun updates I have going on. But I did make him his own Instagram because I'm silly like that. And it's SHIRO_the_sheepadoodle. So he's got his own Instagram. I'm not a crazy like dog mom, but no, there's some cute pictures. I don't know who's ringing my doorbell, but my husband's outside and there's nobody else to go answer it. So hopefully it's not terribly important. I don't know who would be ringing my doorbell on a Saturday. We got our Target delivery already. That's not that. So I don't know. But Shiro is obsessed with my swatch sticks, which is so dangerous. I'm having to hide them places because he's finding them everywhere. On my desk, in my packages. Like he's actually like going into my drawers if they're even the slightest bit open and like going through them like they're a toy box. So my house was apparently not as well puppy-proofed as I thought. So I have been chasing him around the house trying to get them. But he sure is showing me any places that I maybe was lax. Like, I'm gonna have to get kid locks for this dog. My niece's dog who lives with us, her name is Zoe. She is a Papillon Terrier. And she learned how to wiggle the screen door open. So she taught him that. So now if we want them to stay outside, we actually have to have the glass door shut, which stinks because we want to be able to hear them if they need us. But yeah, if we need them to stay outside, we have to lock the screen door or we have to close the glass door. First time I saw that, I was like, what is happening? She just looked up at me. She loves me a lot. So she always comes to me for like praise and treats and cuddles. And she just looked up at me like, look what I did. I got back to you. I'm like, but I didn't want you to. I needed you to stay outside. We're putting medicine in Kieran's eye. So it has been an adventure and a half over here. But I got some very cute pictures of everybody this morning. Shiro had his unhide rawhide and brought it right to Dad and was tucked in next to him. Dad was under a blankie because Kieran woke up really early this morning. Dad was under a blankie. Kieran was falling back to sleep under his blankie. So Shiro just took his little bone and went right up to everybody. And then Zoe came over to me and wanted tummy rubs. So we were just hanging out, drinking coffee. All the boys were sleeping or chewing on toys. It was cute. It's a nice morning. So my thumb has a flat side to it. It's not curved. My cuticle's flat. So I just kind of keep that shape. Sometimes the middle nails, it was, Michelle. It was quite nice. Sometimes those middle nails will also have more of that flat edge. So I try to make sure I curve those too. Because my middle finger has a curved cuticle. I'm just checking the shape of the nail. Gotta do my stretches today. My neck is compressing some of the nerves in my hand. I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos. So that is a collagen disorder. It means my joints are very, very lax and very subject to shifting in ways they should not, which will often trap nerves or impinge tendons. So I have to be on it with my mild stretching because I can't overstretch the joint. Very frustrating. But my hand is starting to tingle, so pardon me. Just gonna do a quick little chair stretch. If anybody's had an office job, I'm sure your ergonomics department taught you these stretches. They're great for filing nails too. Grab your seat, put your hand on the top of your head, slightly pull your neck to the side. Do that on both directions, and that will lightly release any nerves or tendons that might be unhappy. Do it gently. I am not a doctor, but it helps me. Oh shoot. There's this amazing farm a few towns over that we like to go to. And I gotta remember, I need to check for when they start selling their Halloween tickets. They have a really cool maze and they have pumpkins everywhere and they have like craft stations. And you can go make like fall signs and stuff. So I gotta make sure we get a ticket. So we can do that again this year. Kieran had a lot of fun. He gets to ride around in a wagon and it's really cool. We can pick apples and stuff. And they have really good elote popcorn that they sell. So good. Okay, so now I'm doing the glitter nails. So I'm being very gentle because we only have one layer of clear over those glitters. So I'm using my buffer instead of a file. And I'm really just focusing on smoothing it out. If there's any unevenness, you'll see it while you're filing because it will be a dark spot as your file goes over. But there's not much, there's just a little bit here. And I will carefully smooth that out. And again, we look at those edges. Make sure they're nice and thin. And again, you can see that this is kind of flat. I should have rounded it prior to glitter. I didn't remember. It happens. So I'm just going to carefully curve the edges from the underside. I'm using my file to refine that shape of the tip. And again, I'm mostly filing the underside to thin out that dip at the bottom without removing coverage or glitter. And even when this is on your own finger, you want to keep checking your shape. You want to turn it, look at your finger, every direction. And that'll help you keep a really refined, smooth shape. She's looking pretty good. All right. So filing is definitely, I would say, the more time-consuming part of doing nails. So like I said, anything you can do ahead of time in the process to reduce that is best. I want to get to the art. That's how I'm always like, go, go, go. Get this finished. Ah, your cat, Laura, likes to play with the swatch sticks. Grr, what is up with these guys? He also steals my hair clips. All of my claw clips, he runs off with those. Even if they're in my hair, he grabs them out of my hair. I'm like, what is with dogs thinking I shouldn't have my hair up? When Chewy was a puppy, he's my 18-year-old Shih Tzu poodle mix. He would not tolerate me wearing a scrunchie in my hair. If I had my hair up, he would legit get behind me, however he could, and take my scrunchie out. Furiously. Like, you could tell. He was really upset that I had my hair up. I was like, why? I need my hair up. What is happening? It's very strange. Shiro is not as furious as Chewy was about it, but he does have the same tendencies. So I'm always telling him no, taking my hair back. All right. I think he's looking pretty good. And husband's in the kitchen, so he didn't lock himself out. I would imagine he would message me if he did. He usually has his phone. Or he would come, because my window faces outside, so he could get to the side and knock on the window. But then I'd be like, I'll be right back. Something's happening. Something's happening. Okay, so we have brushed those clean. We're going to activate them again. Okay. Let's just make sure the whole nail is cured and you won't have any soft spots. If anybody wants to see gel method, I will do gel method my next time I'm live, which will be, I believe I'm taking September 6th for sure. So gotta check the calendar for the rest and we'll get those all set up for you. So you guys know when we're live. I can do gel method. If anybody's interested, let me know. I'll do gel method next time. If anybody wants to see, it's not too different. It's been a while since I've done gel method. But. All right. So we have dusted. We're looking at our nails. Okay, those glitters look great. I think that pinky could be a little bit smoother, and getting it re-smoothed out like this also lets me see if I have any spots that need to be smoothed out more. So the pinky is really, there's like a dent over here that I need to address. Oh, did you send me the gels, Cass? Did you? I'm so excited. Yay! Forgot, yes, Cass released gels and gel remover, right? You have a remover? I need the remover if you have a remover. Because that is how I take off my builder gel and my rubber base, is I like to use a gel remover. I don't really ever soak off anymore. I like gel removers. Woo! I'm excited. I'm so excited. Yes. The liquids are HEMA free. We're very excited about them. Oh, I'm so hyped, Cass. I totally forgot. I'm so hyped. I think they're available now. So my code here is BDazzld10. If you're new though, Cass has a code, welcome 20 for your first order. So you should use that if you're new. But please come check out Cass's products. She also has body care, skin care, and lip care on the site as well. I love her lippies. My favorite is the mint. I keep it around everywhere. I keep trying to talk her into making a cuticle balm stick. So poke, Cass, poke. I would love an unscented one that I can just smear on. The desert is wrecking my skin. I am so dry. My husband too. His knuckle cracked and started bleeding yesterday. So I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay, baby? He's like, no, not really. So yes, if you want to make an extra large size too in a tin or something, I would also get that because then I could smear it on my husband. Poor guy. Because Kieran's a medical kid, we wash our hands. Even though we wear gloves a lot, we still wash our hands like religiously. So it gets to be a lot on our skin. But I gotta keep our kids healthy. We have been, knock on wood, blessed. Kieran has not been hospitalized since pre-COVID. Before that, we were hospitalized probably every 4 to 6 months for like inpatient, really bad stuff. So I am not upset that that doesn't happen anymore. We have been very cautious. Yes, Laura, me too. Ever since I had Kieran, which makes sense because he has eczema. And it seems like I picked up a lot of his skin stuff after I gave birth. So they say sometimes that our babies' genetics kind of mix in with ours. Like you'll always kind of find them after having babies. And I believe it because I started being allergic to things. I started having eczema. A lot changed after having a baby. All right. So these are nice and clean. They've been activated, so I'm just spraying them down now with 90% alcohol. And then I'm going to rub them down because we don't want dust in our top coats and our base coats. And we want the nail to be very, very smooth for our stickers. So I'm debating. I think I'm going... It's true, Cass. It's so amazing. Life is amazing. Just the miracle of life is amazing. All that it takes to happen and make it come true. Like there's so much that can go wrong. So every healthy baby is truly a miracle. Every living baby is truly a miracle. So I'm just double checking. These are gold, right? I find it so hard sometimes to tell the difference between gold and silver. I believe these are gold. Let me double check my other package. See if they look the same. Because I think I might have gotten... Okay, these are marked. Okay, this is definitely golden. They look the same? Right? Can you guys even tell on camera? I can't tell. We'll just assume they're golden. They look like they're golden. They seem to be flashing golden. Just go that. So I like having these really teeny tiny needle nose tweezers. You can get them Amazon, Shein, or Temu. Just make sure of the listing. So the difference, Renee, with gel method, I just missed your question, but is you don't need to use clear dip. And you don't have to activate. I still do. I find activator on gel method seems to make the nail sturdier. Like it doesn't feel as wobbly because gel is very flexible. And what dip is not, it is not flexible. So that's a big difference in the feel of it. So then with application, you do a layer of base. And then you dip or pour. I prefer pour over for gel method. You pour over the dip and then you cure it in the lamp. So you have to have a nail lamp for that. It needs to be a very strong one too. Because the more pigmented colored dip you're working with, the more likely you are to get under-cured gel. So my recommendation for that is usually cure your base for about 10 seconds before dipping a dark color. And then you can go ahead and dip your dark color. And you're going to get a better cure that way. Okay. So this heavily relies on me being centered, which is the only thing I kind of struggle with. on nails. On my house, I'm like, I have a sixth sense for like if something's uneven. But because of the curves on nails, I'm not as good at that. So I try to only lightly apply the sticker first so I can pull away and look at it and make sure that we are centered. And still sometimes I mess it up, but I think it's okay. And then I have the little rubber silicone end, which is made for this. So you can press your stickers down really, really well. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. We have a very delicate pinky right now. We'll see if I want to add anything else to that later. I really was having trouble picking. I really think these are, they're so beautiful. So I'm really liking the full nail ones. Those are really cool. But I tend to keep those kind of designs on my thumb. So I'm torn between this design here and that design, I think. They're very similar. So I might even reserve that one for my thumb. As I can see, let's see. Yeah, so there's smaller versions, which I can use. There's actually quite a few smaller versions. It's interesting. Small, small, medium, small, larger. So that'll be a thumb. That might be middle. I kind of like that design. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Pull that up. I like the curves in this design. So the trick to working with these very thin, because these stickers are very thin and they're meant to be so that they don't stick up on the nail. But then that means that they can kind of be easier to tear. So my trick is I like to roll the sticker a little bit, and then I take it to the edge of the one that I'm after, and using my needle nose, I will give it a little push, hoping I don't fold the end under, because they're so thin that does happen. So I push at the side that's outside the sticker, and then I kind of come under. And then I can grab very carefully, lift it up. Now come back. You want to try to make sure you're holding a secure part of the sticker. And then if you need to, you can move down the sticker and like keep grabbing wider parts to prevent the tearing. And just go slow. Okay. See how thin that is? It's so thin. All right. So again, nope, 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 nope. Okay. So the end tucked a little bit. So going to try to top, side. So you want to prevent wrinkles. I'm not very good at applying shelf liner, but if you are, kind of think about it like that. Applying these larger stickers is like applying shelf liner. Or like window films. No, dang it, I did it. It's off center. I went off just at the end. Ah! No, let's see if I can fix it. This might be a sticker down. So I am off camera right now, carefully shoving my tweezers under the edges, hoping I can find one I can lift. Come on, sticker, please, 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 be nice to me. Whoa, they stick so well once they're on. So again, trying to go very slow. This is a needle nose tweezer. Okay, we got it off. Wrapped around my tweezer though. So now it's not quite as sticky, which is kind of a bummer, but we were able to save it. So I'm trying very lightly to apply this because I really have to look at it to make it centered. It's very hard. I don't know how people do this. This is why my husband does like my phone screens and my window. So that is a silicone, it's a silicone end to my tweezer. So it's a needle nose tweezer with a silicone end, all in one tool. Okay. So I am carefully stretching the sticker to the top, hoping that'll fix the issue that we had. All right, it looks a little more centered. Okay, so now I'm really carefully pressing down those edges because now it's not as sticky. So you'll want to make sure if you have to peel a sticker up and then re-stick it, that when you do your top coat, that you get it cured as quickly as you can. It's still not perfect. Let's see. And it might be that I filed the nail a little off because that happens sometimes too. So if it's still not perfect, but you can live with it, go for it. It's gonna drive me nuts. So I'm gonna try to take down the other side a little bit, and that might help. Okay, that's a little better. Still not perfect. It is a little better. For these larger stickers, I might recommend working with guidelines like you do when you're like painting, when you're painting designs. That might help more. Man, that is gonna bug me so much, but I cannot, it won't re-stick again. So we are gonna be so much more careful with our thumb. I hope it works out. Whew, broke out into a sweat. Stressed me out. My face is probably red. I do not like failure. Okay, so then that was that design. And then it seemed like this one was slightly bigger, I think is what I was thinking. So I wanted to use that on the thumb. Bye, Cass. Have fun. Family dinners are amazing. Enjoy. So Cass was on Facebook. She's the owner of LYS. She makes these amazing colors. If you ever have a question, don't be afraid to message on Facebook or the LYS account on Instagram. Okay, so I'm working that little edge to try to get it to lift. All right. This is another bigger design, so we're going to carefully peel this off. Oh, that one came up nicely. Center ourselves. Now, I'm gonna try to give myself maybe a little guideline here. I'm gonna take a little bit of base and I'm gonna put it on my dotting tool and see if I can visually give myself a center. Okay, probably still won't be perfect, but at least I can kind of visualize where we're at. All right. So I'm gonna try to align between these. So I want it centered on the nail versus top or bottom. I just want it truly centered. So let's see if that helped at all. Kind of hard to tell too sometimes with the way the light hits in here. Okay. Seems like it might be a little better. A little more centered, I hope. Yeah. Like I said, once my brain picks up that it's off center, I lose my ever-loving mind about it. So whenever we're doing like Christmas trees or hanging photo frames, my husband is always like, it's good enough. I'm like, no, this is going to drive me nuts for years and years and years if we don't figure this out. Okay. Just reshaping that thumb a little bit because it also let me see where maybe my edges need to be brought in more. I'm being very careful not to get the sticker. And I'm going to just carefully dust it off. I'm not going to use alcohol this time because that will cause problems with the sticker. Okay, I don't like that one. I'm trying to figure out if I wanted to add anything else to it. I don't think there's anything delicate enough unless I went and did that. I don't really love that. I think the pinky's fine. Pinky's fine. Okay. All right. So now we're going to be top coating. What do we think, guys? Do we like it? Do we hate it? Where are we at? Be honest. Be brutal. Tell me what you're thinking. I'm just looking for my top coat. So, depending on how smooth your nails are, you may or may not need to apply a base coat if you're doing gel. So, if it's roughed up a little bit, top coat should be enough to hold it on. And if it is very smooth, like ours is, because we were doing stickers, I do recommend doing a very thin layer of gel base before gel top coat, because as you wear them, the edges tend to peel with top coat if you don't use a base coat. Gel likes gel, so it will always stick better to gel. Okay, so I just did a thin layer. I don't want to flood the sticker because the sticker could lift. And I'll get that into the lamp. Okay, and we'll do this one. Do it very thin. You can do stickers with dip base and dip top coat. You just want to make sure that you seal the sticker well. So sometimes I will finish file one very thin layer of clear over a color, and then I will go in there and place my stickers. So I wipe it off, I get it all nice and smooth, I place my stickers. Then I will do a good layer of base, again, keeping mindful of the edges of the stickers so that you don't lift them. And I will dip in clear, one layer of clear to seal the sticker. And then I will activate, very lightly buff, activate, wipe off, clean off, activate again, and then top coat. So usually that will keep the integrity of the sticker and you won't have to worry about it peeling or having problems, and it'll keep it nice and smooth because the clear will go into any of the texture of the sticker. Now, if you want to keep that texture, you're going to want to do it on top of everything, and you are going to... One way I have found, especially with textured stickers, is I have a quick activating way that I do when I'm swatching, where I will do a layer of top coat over the clear before I activate, or over the glitter before I activate, and then I will drip activator on the top coat. So that will protect the sticker, because most stickers don't like straight activator. They tend to lose their pigment. So I always recommend don't expose your stickers to straight activator without having base and acrylic in between them. They don't like it. But you can do the clear, you can then top coat the clear, and then you can drip activator. And then that will harden the top coat and keep the sticker texture. Hope that makes sense. Look at that glitter, guys. Ugh. A glitter reveal is always so sexy. And this is definitely a glitter I would keep around for holiday, and I would wear it as an all glitter mani if I was being fancy. It is gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Okay, so I'm pulling out our sticker nails, and then these glitter nails are gonna go into the lamp here for 60 seconds. Now we're gonna top coat our stickers. I don't have our LYS, so I'm currently using Madam Glam, which is also HEMA-free. For any of the companies I work with, you can check my link tree. It is in my Instagram bio. If it's an affiliate link, I have called that out. I believe in transparency. And each company has a variable rate that they give me if it's an affiliate link. And it goes straight to helping my family. I do not work besides taking care of Kieran and doing nails. So anytime you use my links, it's super helpful. No pressure, but just letting you guys know it does help. I think Amazon gives me 1 to 4% of a sale. So you guys don't see like an upcharge or anything. We just get a tiny bit of the sale because we drove you to the product and told you about it and proved why it was good or whatever. So I only talk about products I own or that I have heavily researched, because that used to be my job. I used to work for a company called Elfster, and my job was to actually go and research products and recommend them on our gift guides. So that was my job before I was laid off 2 years ago. My whole team, it was very sad. I missed the girls. It was a fabulous group. We had a fun guy who did our sports stuff, and then one of our girls was super into hockey, so she did our hockey stuff. I miss working for that. That's why I like doing lives better than just recorded videos, because I like chatting. I want to find out about people. I want to talk to them about their day. I want to share my day. If I have anything fabulous happen with Kieran, I love talking about it. He is my pride and joy. All right, so now these are top coated. I'm going to top coat our glitter nails. Oops, I've got a little bit of a bubble on the edge of this pinky. And we're going to top coat the glitters, and we'll go into the lamp all at once, and we will be done. And I thank you so much for hanging out. It has been a long live. Probably because I talk too much. Sorry, guys. You guys are all of my social interactions beside my husband. Madam Glam is a pretty juicy top coat, so it self-levels really well, but you just have to kind of keep an eye on it, make sure you're not applying it too thick, because then it'll run off to the sides. And if you are doing top coat and you do think you've got it on too thick, I recommend hanging your hand upside down for 5 seconds, quickly flipping it back over, and then going into the lamp. You can do that with rubber base, you can do that with builder gel, and it will help gravity take the excess away from the sides. And if you really want to keep it up and in the middle, you can also go into your lamp upside down. If you have like a reflective bottom, I usually do about 15 seconds upside down, and then I'll flip it back over and have it fully cured on the top. So, tips and tricks. Oh no, I just bumped the top. I went in at a poor angle and I bumped the top of the thumb. Okay. Yeah, right. Hang that upside down a little bit. Now it's a little uneven. I bumped it. So I'll hang upside down, give it a minute. Okay, and carefully go back into the light. Do a full 60 seconds. Be a good girl, close up all of my liquids, because I am terrible about that. I'm always spilling something. I'm a disaster and a half with that. Close my liquids. I never close my base coat too tight, just in case it's somehow got liquid into the threads, because then you can glue it shut, like I did with that one. There is a way to clean it off. You can use acetone on a wipe and wipe the rim of your bottles, but just be very careful with that. Wear gloves, just in case of chemical reaction. We don't want to burn you. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Okay, it says we're done. Let's pull these out. All right. What do we think, guys? Try to get them at the different angles. Catch those glitters. And again, this is Alibi is the solid, and You'll Be Forgotten is the glitter. It's from the new Jilted Western. So it's like a Western wedding where the bride's been jilted and she's mad. She's mad. There might be a truck and a key involved, or I don't know, some of those crazy country videos. All right, so I got the stickers on Temu. This brand of sticker I really like, the Tomoni. They're very high quality stickers. So if you see that brand on Shein or Temu, I stand behind them. I have yet to have a sticker I didn't like from them. So I always watch for those. And then if I find a brand of sticker I really like, I kind of keep my eye out, and then those are kind of the ones that I purchase. I'm very cautious on Temu. I think I have a link or something in my link tree, maybe for Temu. I don't know if it still works. But yeah, so there you go. Does anybody have any questions about the products that we used, any of the tools? Renee, if you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'm happy to help. Got a few more minutes and then I can get out of here. Just gonna sippy sip my coffee. And try not to inhale it, good Lord. Like I said, chaos walking. Here's one of the bottles from Cass of her cuticle oil. This is my unscented. It's a little messy, but she does beautiful collections. She releases seasonal, fall, and winter sets. So the sticky stuff, I actually got that on Temu too. They sell them in ovals and rounds. I kind of like the ovals more, especially for these nail stands because they have such a nice peg, a nice long peg. Yeah, they work really well. But if and when you can find the press-on tabs for cheaper, so those are the little ones. Ouch, what did I do with them? I had them over here and I moved them. But you guys know what press-on tabs look like. You can buy them usually by like the 10s or 20s on Temu or Amazon. You can use those too. They're thinner, but they might get less sticky. I like them both. I can use them both. I like them both. It just depends on what I have. And I did buy a lot of these. So these are the oval ones that I used. They're called like museum stickers or something. And that's, you can put figurines and stuff up with them and they don't fall over. So then that's what I use. That's what I use for the stands. These are the press-on stands from Liquid Layers. My code there is BDazzld15. Neither are affiliate codes. They're just to give you guys discounts. And here's the bottle holder I was using. It was off screen because, again, like I said, very hard to get everything on screen. This is the color Aurora. It's a beautiful blue and purple. This is lilac. I believe the black is onyx. We have hot pink. We have the lime green. And we also have a beautiful pearl white that I love. So keep an eye out. She's always releasing new colors. I think she did release, it's either in a packet of like a bundle or she's planning on releasing it separately. She did a Halloween stand that's very cool looking too. So keep your eyes out. Lots of fun stuff coming from everybody. And I hope everybody has a fabulous weekend. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you spending your weekend with me. And I hope everybody has a fabulous week. And if you ever have questions that you think of later, please feel free to poke me on Instagram. I am always happy to answer. It might take me a day or two because I do get a lot of spam. So I have my messages filtered, but I always go and check message requests. And then if you've sent me a message, you can, and I haven't responded, comment on one of my pictures and tell me you sent me a message and I'll go find it. I love interacting. That's what this is. This is very much my social interactions. I love teaching. I love talking. I love looking at pretty things. Like I can't wait to check out Melissa's nails. She sent me a photo, so I can't wait to see that. And feel free if you ever want to send me a mani that you want me to look at. I love it. Have a great day, guys. I will miss you all, and I will see you not next week in LYS. I will be live on YouTube, but I'm going to be in a different group next week. Okay, so keep an eye on my stories. Have a fabulous weekend. Make sure to check out the rest of the colors. Corey, Britt, and Michelle are doing some beautiful manicures with this release. And there's a lot to love about it. It's really a beautiful set. All right, guys. Everybody have a fabulous day, and I will see you all later. Bye. Thanks, Laura. Have a great day. Give Murphy loves and scritches. All right. Problem is, how do I get my lighting stronger but not interfere with my recording area? Oh, no. Yep, don't follow me. Fuck. That's the problem. It's like as soon as I try to move that, it falls on me. That sucked. Hopefully I didn't catch that live, but I think I did. It looks like I did. Yay. Pardon my spicy mouth.